I was encouraged to see how calmly Goh Chok Tong and his team, I'll use the phrase the team after this for the sake of brevity, I mean Goh Chok Tong and his team because he emphasizes teamwork. This team took the flak over the 1987 arrests of the Marxist Conspirators and the 1988 rearrests of several of them. You remember the foreign press and human rights groups were all baying for blood. Had they softened under pressure, Singapore would have been a different place. Of course, at that time, many thought that I was the man behind it. They were wrong. Goh Chok Tong and his team had decided on these detentions. It was also the team that decided to restrict the circulation of the Asian Wall Street Journal and the Far Eastern Economic Review and Asia Week for interfering in Singapore's domestic politics. And they wrote and approved, not I, they wrote and approved most of the letters to the foreign press and made their stand clear in public speeches. The team has shown guts in tackling tough, sensitive, and potentially vote-losing issues. They tackled them because the problems were critical for our survival. I've made a list of them. It's an impressive one.
My name is James Gomez from Arts and Social Sciences, Year 3. I would like to direct the following question to the Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. Sir, with increasing stability in Singapore and easing of world tension, do you foresee the disposal of the Internal Security Act, which empowers the government to detain people without trial? Thank you.
I see the need to use this Internal Security Act radically reduced because of the communist collapse. I don't think it is likely that they can win new converts or make subversion the same threat. When the myth of invincibility, that history was on their side, they are the wave of the future, they can generate a certain enthusiasm, the urge to bring about spectacular changes in society rapidly, and suck in the idealists, as they did in my generation, and they did in the generations in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. I think the 80s they started wobbling, and in the 90s, I believe it's almost impossible. You can get anarchists, you can get Trotskyites, you're not going to get hardline, disciplined communists. But that's not the end of our troubles. You're going to have extremists of various sorts, and we give up these powers at our peril. You know, we arrested 4 mystic types who were collecting weapons of all sorts in preparation for a bloodbath. This was about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I can't remember the name of them. They weren't the Silat group. What was the group called? Can you remember? It included 1 police officer. You're going to have this recurring from time to time. People who, fortunately, they are fringe groups. You leave them, they become mainline groups. I suggest to you that we would be foolish to believe that we have become a nation. We are just on the way to becoming something resembling a community. You therefore need these powers to stifle destructive groups before they gain too much influence and power, before they've aroused so much emotions that they become mainstream groups. But it's left to the younger generation, because if all of you think so and you influence the younger generation workers, eventually they will elect a government that says, right, let's abandon it. Then I say, good luck to you.